Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are you doing today? Ah, it's a wonderful Friday night where it feels like it's currently about 4 or 5 p.m. There is still sunlight outside for me, and it is currently snowing, and there's a fog rolling over the town. And with the snow and the fog, it feels like I'm in Silent Hill. And that's pretty neat. Like, I like the ambience of Silent Hill, but I don't like the monsters. So yeah, why don't we get started, shall we? Hello. Well, hello, Tasticoral. Welcome. Yeah, we'll be seeing our wonderful guest shortly. Shinji, crank that soldier boy. Thank you, Bubbles. Ah, jeez. Scared the crap out of me. Every time. I've been doing this show for a few months now. I almost had 50 guests on. This is our 47th, or 47th? This should actually be our 48th episode. Oh, wait, no, this is 47th. 48th is tomorrow. But thank you for the following, Cap. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah! Thank you for the follow, Tess. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Um, but yeah, guys. Um, two items of business. The first thing is this. Uh, this is episode 47, and that means that we have, after this one, 3 more episodes left of the VOD before the VOD ends and goes on break for the end of season 1. And I'm so excited. I'm so happy about that because that means I'll have had 50 guests on this show almost twice a week since October. I'm so happy about how this has turned out, and I'm so happy that I've been able to be a part of all of this with all of you. So if you've been here since the beginning, if you joined us midway through, or if you're just joining us for the first time, just know how important you are and how happy and thankful I am that you're trusting your time and your energy with me. Like, I appreciate that. I think I could give up pretty much most of my streaming and just do the VOD on Friday and Saturday nights, and I would be just as content because I get to have you guys with me. Most importantly, I get to see you guys come and support your favorite VTubers, and that's really neat. It's a lot of guests and work. Very nice. Oh, thanks, Bear. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome all of you. The other thing is currently uh, my wonderful buddy and friend, the Phantom Fame, is currently streaming right now. So, oh, hey, Lunar. Thank you for the Dr. Pepper. I appreciate that. Our our wonder our wonderful friend, the Phantom Fame, my previous co-host, he is currently streaming right now, and he's doing I believe, a 48-hour stream. And because the thing is that it's he's gonna be a father like very soon, and to celebrate that, he's going to be, hey Oth, what's up? He's streaming currently, and so he's gonna be streaming for either 42 hours or 72 hours. I don't know, either or. But the point being is that, if you have the wherewithal on your computer to go support him, I highly recommend it. He is 48. Okay, that's what I thought. Thanks, Mono. What's up, Mono? One of our previous guests, Monozuki VT, very awesome. Consider dropping them a follow. But yeah, if you have the ability, go watch and go support the Phantom Fame here. He's a wonderful person, and he was my previous co-host on this show. Phantom Stream is popping up for 28 years. Yeah. When you have big events like that, they tend to go really well. Like for my Yu-Gi-Oh stream, I had 26 average viewers, and that was a 5-hour stream. Yeah, that was like, when you plan and put a lot of, it doesn't work all the time, but it depends on how you get your community together. If you're doing that right and you're making an impact, the hard work pays off. But yeah, like I'm currently sitting in there right now. Because I have a tab pulled up where he's right there sitting on my thing. So yeah. But anywho, we shall let him do that. Because for now, we are going to press forward and go with what we are doing today. I find VTubers from all over the internet. Thank you, Mono. I find VTubers from all over the internet, whether it be Reddit, Discord, or Twitter. I find it all around. And something I look for in a VTuber when to ask them on the show is just the content they do and just the personality and the energy they bring. Because the last thing that I want to do is, while I allow most anyone on the show, I still have a set of standards and ground rules I like to lay out for that. And with that, our guest today brings a fun energy that I think will really, really make today's show enjoyable. I had the chance to talk with them about 2 days ago. Was that 2 days ago or was that yesterday? I think that was last night, actually. Last night, and we had a fun time talking, going over show stuff, and most importantly, just gauging each other's vibe. And it was pretty fun. So I hope that you guys enjoy today's guest as much as I am. So with that in mind, today we will be welcoming a vampire cat girl that was asleep for 500 plus years. She is a variety streamer that loves playing games with her night creatures and friends. She has a passion for traditional art and watercolors. She loves watching anime, reading manga, and collecting husbandos, especially the white-haired husbandos. Ehe. Please welcome the gremlin, Fefimon. Woo! She must oh, it actually loaded without like being so corporeal. Like, what the heck? All right.
Oh. Hi.
Well, welcome to the show, Faye. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good too.
I am doing fantastic. Ah, welcome, Marks. Hello. See, this I've talked about before. One of my favorite things about the show is seeing all the people that come out to support their favorite VTubers. Like,
Yeah.
it's always so much fun.
It is.
But yeah, that's my Oshi right there. Oh heck yeah. You picked a very good one. So, I need to ask my first, and in my opinion, my most important question, and that is, Feify, what is who are you and what is your story?
Me?
Yes, you.
Well, I'm Fefi or Fefimon. I'm a vampire cat girl. Let's see. I don't know. I just like having fun.
You just like having fun?
Yeah. I'm just chilling, just doing my vampire things, being a weeb and playing games.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So then what constitutes...
Oh, and drawing.
So then what constitutes like a good time? Like, what do you like to do in your spare time with that?
I'll just hang out with my friends and watch anime and try to, I don't know, get better with my drawing skills.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite shows that you like to watch? Like any favorite anime or any favorite games?
Oh, there's so many. So many anime. Let's see. Jujutsu Kaisen for sure. I love watching Jujutsu Kaisen.
I love Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes.
What did you think of what do you think of season 2?
I love it. It's just, I don't know, it's crazy. I don't want to give any spoilers to anyone, but I'm gonna say it's a crazy season, and I loved it actually.
My goodness. Have you read the manga?
That's one thing that I want to start. I started doing. I only read the first first chapters, but I need to get back into it because I did watch all the anime, and now I want to need to know more what happens after season 2. So
all I gotta say,
curious.
I know Nova loves Jujutsu Kaisen. I also love Jujutsu Kaisen. I say that because if you look behind me at the bookshelf I have, because fun fact, on screen there's a bookshelf there behind me, and
Mm,
IRL there's a bookshelf right behind me, like the exact same setup.
mhm.
I you can clear as day see volumes 0 through 21 of Jujutsu Kaisen on my shelf.
I only have one to four right now. I'm trying to get the rest.
It certainly is a commitment, but the only
Mm-hmm.
times I get the manga are when they go on sale at a local store
Ah,
like 30 minutes away from me, that my buddy and I, we make a day trip at, or like a
mm.
day trip, and we drive to the town, hang out there, and then hi Robin. um we it's typically a sale. Oh, who's throwing Dr. Peppers? It's Robin throwing Dr. Peppers.
Not
um
the Dr. Peppers.
Free love Dr. Pepper. I'm not drinking Dr.
I had
Pepper
one
right.
today.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I,
was that in preparation for today?
yeah, I was like, yeah, I know Val likes Dr. Pepper, so just because of that, I'm just gonna go
Aw.
get one.
Oh heck yeah. I'm actually drinking water right now.
What? Oh my
Bla-
god. Well, I
blasphemy.
have water too. It's okay. Water
Blasphemy.
is a healthy.
Look at all the people coming to support you. Let's go.
Yeah. All the
We're-
little creatures. I love them.
Freaking I love the
They're so cute.
wiggly. Anytime somebody comes into
Mhm.
my chat and brings like a wiggly emote, I just lose it because I love it so much. But
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen, all I gotta say is, it gets really good. Give Feifei a
Yeah.
glass of garlic water.
No.
What?
No, how dare you? Why garlic? I hate garlic. It smells so bad.
I love
Mm,
garlic.
Ew.
But the thing is,
No.
I only use garlic when I make something like, um, when I make like meat or when I do like
Yeah.
pasta, but nothing else. And because the thing is with the pot, when I make it with the pasta, it's typically I'm making like a garlic butter sauce, and so most of the time the garlic is
Mm-mm.
like cooked out, so it's
Yeah.
not so strong.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
thoughts
usually
on?
just put the whole piece and then just squish it. I don't
Oh,
like tiny. I don't like finding tiny pieces of garlic in my food. It's always in my plate for some reason. All the garlic is all in my plate. Like no thanks.
if I remember, what is it? Garlic confit is the where you basically put all of it in a dish and then dunk
Mm.
it in, like baptize it in olive oil, and you just put it in
Ah.
your oven and let it cook. And then what happens is, since the olive oil has a relatively high boiling point, it'll boil in heat everything up and cook the garlic in there. But when you take out the garlic, you dump all of it out, you put it into a bowl. Suddenly, if you put it on like a piece of toast and you press it down, it turns into like paste, like a spread.
Oh. Not as.
So
It's not for me.
if you're like making garlic bread, I can see it being good. I've never made homemade garlic bread, so
That's another thing I don't like. No garlic bread for me either. Nothing with garlic. I can put garlic on my food just to give, I don't know,
so
some flavor in there, but I'm not gonna eat it.
is it a personal thing, or
Just put it away.
is it a VTuber like lore thing?
No, it's a personal thing. It just matches so well.
Oh, that's really funny. Thoughts on cherry Dr. Pepper? I like cherry Dr. Pepper, but it's one of those things I can have, like, I don't have often. Because when I have one, I'm like, oh, this tastes good. But then I have another sip of it, and I'm like, oh, this tastes like cough syrup.
Mm.
So
Have you tried the strawberry cream one?
I have. I like the strawberry cream one.
Yes, I love it. It's so good.
I think my favorite form of Dr. Pepper has to be like, because it's only if you go to the places that have the big touch screens that you can customize it. The Wendy's strawberry Dr. Pepper, just normal strawberry, no strawberries and cream, just strawberry Dr. Pepper from Wendy's. I think that is goated.
Oh, I never tried that.
Or actually, no, I'm sorry. My favorite kind of Dr. Pepper. So, you ever been to a Sonic's here in?
Yes, I've been
So
to one.
what's funny is there was a Sonic's in my small college town that recently closed down. I don't know why, but it made enough of an impact that even people like on Reddit, they're like, what is the worst fast food place you can go to? Sonic is a fast food place that sells burgers and like
And tater tots. I just will go there for the tater tots.
chili dogs. Like no relation to Sonic the Hedgehog. They just happen to also sell chili dogs. They're called they're coney dogs, and they're surprisingly so a little bit of backstory about Val. When I was younger, I was like, Mom, can I go and get like can we go to Sonic's? You know, it's I've been a good boy. You know, I'm doing good in school. She's like, what are your grades? I'm like, I have like 2 A's and 3 B's, and she's like, all right, we can go. I'm like, oh yay! So we go to Sonic. She's like, what do you want? She's like, I want a Cody. And she's like, why? Because I saw a commercial for it. I'm like, she's like, okay, fine, I'll do one Coney. And I took a bite of that. I ate all of it, and then I like a couple minutes later, I instantly threw it up like outside the
Oh
car.
no.
And like for a solid like
Ah.
couple months, I would not have hot dogs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have hot dogs because I'm like, ugh, I don't want to throw up again. And then I had a hot dog, and I'm like, oh, this is good. This is the life. And so I'm like, now I just make my own like homemade chili dogs.
Mm.
So
I bet those taste better even.
oh, they taste a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
It's like especially with the fresher ingredients. I mean, I don't make homemade like hot dogs themselves, but like, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's super good, and we can talk about food a little later, because right now, currently, I'd love to talk about your VTuber model and your lore if you have any, because I think that's a very important topic to discuss, especially on this show. So, Faye, do you have any lore about your VTuber?
I do have a little bit of lore, like a little introduction that I
Uh-huh.
made myself. That was actually my first comic that I ever tried to make, and it took me a long time to do it, but I was happy with the end result, so I decided to post it on the webtoon. But yeah, I do have a little bit of lore. Just not sure. I don't know. I should just give like a little, I guess, a little summary.
Yeah, go for it.
I guess. So, as you said before when you introduced me, I've been asleep for more than 500 years because
Yeah.
I had to fight a little thing, a little demon, to protect our little realm, our vampire realm, in the underworld, and but to do that, I lost a lot of my powers. I had to go into a big sleep. So I just recently woke up, like I guess 6 months ago. So I'm slowly getting my powers back with the help with all my creatures. So yeah, that's a little bit of my lore.
Yeah.
I haven't really finished anything yet, but I'll probably get back into it again and continue with it. Because I do like creating stories, I guess.
Yeah.
Drawing it was super fun too. So yeah, I look forward to do more about it.
Oh, now did you stream prior to becoming a VTuber?
I did stream, yeah, did stream before. Not well, I guess before this model was just a PNG, and then before that, no PNG. It was just I guess a face cam VTuber, not VTuber, streamer.
As we call them on this show, they're flesh tubers.
Yes, flesh tubers. Yeah.
So then, what prompted you to decide to become a VTuber in the first place? Was it the aspect of, having a model and going behind that? Was it something along the lines of, oh man, I think having some sort of persona would be fun to have, take a break from being in front of the camera? What prompted you to do this?
I just saw so many people doing their, I guess, becoming their OC or bringing their OC to reality. I'm like, oh, why not try it, right? I have so many OCs, and this one is my favorite, so so I had to bring her to life, and here I am. Yeah, I just like the creative aspect of VTubing, like creating your own character, giving a lore, I don't know, coming with your own, I guess, your fashion,
Yeah.
everything, all the little things. It's it's super fun. I like it. I like it a lot. And
Oh,
the thing that I don't need to worry about getting ready for stream anymore. I just turn on my YouTube studio, calibrate
hmm
myself, and I'm ready. And I always look good.
I mean, honestly, that's one of the biggest because when I at first, because I've talked extensively about this, it
Mhm.
was a joke, and you know, becoming a VTuber was going to be a joke for me that ultimately culminated into something bigger. And when that happened, like I had no before that, I had no intention of becoming a streamer. I just there was
Mhm.
no intention. I had no thought about it. I had no planning. I'm like, why would I become a streamer? I think that's dumb, you know. And
Mm.
when I found out about VTubing and I made the joke about that, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, I could technically be a streamer because it means I don't have to show my face. I'm like, because that was the biggest reason was,
Yeah.
and from there, it's one of those things that what started out as a joke has grown into an even bigger joke. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It's grown into a labor of love that,
Mm.
excuse me, I'm just I've enjoyed doing. So,
Yeah.
you know, do you think it
Yeah, I
off?
always liked streaming. Mm.
Do you think it offers you some better, or rather, do you think it offers you more creative liberties that you wouldn't have otherwise had you not become a VTuber?
I think so. I feel like, yeah, I think I can bring more, like, let me see, how can I say it? Um, yeah, it does bring more creativity. It's not that I wasn't creative before, but before, I don't know. I feel like it opened my mind to be more creative as being a VTuber because, oh, again, all the little things that people come up with their character lore and
Mm-hmm.
how they look and all the designs and so much fun and having art of your OC too. I don't know. I just like out there the creativity aspect of VTubing.
And
I
there's
feel like I'm more creative this way. If I never become a VTuber, I don't think I'll ever really start with my comic, which is a thing that I've been wanting to start for such a long time, and I finally did it just for my debut as a VTuber. So I guess it just made me push me out of my little comfort zone. I like it a lot.
I certainly agree. It allows you to achieve and do things that
Hmm.
you wouldn't have really thought possible because it's one of those things like you go from one medium to another and you're just like, wow, I suddenly have a brand new world of opportunity that I
Yeah.
wouldn't have had otherwise. Also, hello Nina, hello Red, hello Giro. Also, Machine Giro here is our guest for tomorrow, so come by and see that show. Um, but speaking of creativity, what led to this design that you settled on? Because of the people I've had on this show, I
Mm.
guess a word I'd use to describe your look is iconic. And
You think?
I do, and I use iconic in the way that I feel like uh Nina wants to know what your pronouns are.
Just she, her.
There you go.
Yeah.
I always say my pronouns are he because I'll never be him.
Yeah, and there be uh,
Uh,
that's
but
fair.
um, but oh dear, what was I? Oh yes, the word iconic. Now,
Yeah.
I've loved a lot of the designs and a lot of the looks that people have had that have come on this show. However,
Mm-hmm.
very few have stood out so I don't know with it feels fierce like it feel
Ah.
like a fashion show kind of look to it like because
I'd be happy.
like I don't mean to flatter you I'm just it's just too much it's just that I'm having a hard time trying to articulate it but it's like I'm like oh that's a really neat and pretty unique outfit uh and
Mm-hmm.
one that I think the glasses really stand out as a staple of
Yeah.
the outfit. Like, explain to me this entire ensemble and how you came to choose something that stands out among the rest.
So first off, because I had the plan of making my web comic, I had to find a way to draw it like in a simple way. So I try my best to make my costume, my outfit as simple as possible that I could draw myself. So
Uh
and because I just my closet is just black clothes, so I had to add that to my
huh.
my outfit as well. And I love eyeballs.
You
I
love
don't know, I just like eyeballs.
you and
But
Nina in chat would get along fine then.
yeah, I just like eyeballs. I had to add an eyeball somewhere in my outfit too, so I had to
Yeah.
do that. And then if I remove here, I guess my coat, my fluffy coat, because I like fluffy. I always have a blanket with me, so I had to add a a coat to like I guess symbolize my me being around the house with a blanket on top of me on my shoulders. Yeah, so this is just a symbol of my blanket, but cooler.
My
A cooler
blanket but
blanket.
cooler. I will.
um.
I'll say when I was a, when I was a kid, like I would carry, like I wrap myself in a blanket, just walk around the house like that, and just I feel nice and cozy. And then I stopped doing it once I get into middle school and high school. And now that I'm in college, I find one, I live in the northern part of the United States, so
Mhm.
it tends to be colder much longer, and so
Yeah.
sometimes we open the windows just to get some fresh air in. And so because of that, I have this giant blue comforter I got as a gift since I was like 8. And so
Mm.
and the entire time I've had that thing, like I've grown into it. I'm 6'3", and so because of that, because I'm 6'3", like it still covers the entire length of my body and then some. But
Mhm.
walking around my apartment, or going taking the blanket out, laying on the couch to watch a movie and just being wrapped up, is just like
Yes.
you know
It's a burrito.
as a burrito, because I'm talking about, where you guys start, you put yourself in the center of the blanket, you take both
Yes.
hands on like the top part of it, and you
Mhm.
sit down on the chair, and you like swing your arms over each other, and you just like kind of tuck your hands, and now you feel like you're in like a robe. As
Yes, exactly.
it
It's
is
like a robe, exactly as you say. Yeah.
and
I love it.
it honestly, like, I don't know, those are some of the best, I think, moments that we often don't think about often, is just
Mhm.
those blanket moments. What are you wrapping yourself in to make yourself feel that comfy?
Yeah, it's just my fluffy blanket. It's like
Yeah.
a star constellation blanket. It glows in the dark if I charge the little parts. So
Oh,
it doesn't look like my blanket glows in the dark, but it doesn't look like my actual coat right here with my fluffy things. But yeah, I had to have something. Like I feel comfy when I have something on my shoulders. I need to have my comfy blanket with me. I had to add that to my design too.
so it seems a lot of
Um
the aspects of your design have a lot of
yeah.
personal elements to it.
Mhm. Yeah.
How
Just
important how important do you think it is to include personal elements of your IRL, appearance or likes and interests, as somebody creates their model? How important do you think that is?
um I feel like when you add things from like real life to your model, it makes you feel more like not just a character like yourself, but you like in like a I guess in a fantasy setting or in a I don't know. Why would you like as a look like it as an anime character?
Yeah,
Or you get isekai or something. You go to a different world and then oh boom, now you're a vampire.
you
And
get
then you just bring a little
isekai.
bit of things from your world to a different place. It's more like real, yeah. I think that's how you can explain it. It feels more like you if you add elements from the real life to your model.
It can
At least
ground
that's
you.
how I feel it.
No, I think relatable is a very good word to use,
Mm-hmm.
and that's kind of one that
Yeah,
I've talked about a little
relatable.
bit before. Like, not on this model, but because like on
Mm-hmm.
this one, in my normal model, you don't see really a whole lot of my any like relation to my IRL self. However, in the 2D models I'm commissioning going forward,
Oh,
um, like one that is currently in the works. Shh, I'm not talking about that
ooh,
anymore.
a new
Uh,
model.
Um, it's you can see it in the current other 2D model I have, where I have a very deep scar that runs along the hairline on my forehead,
Mm.
and from like it's in my opinion a defining characteristic and feature that I have in my appearance. And so it's something I'm like, huh, that'd be kind of neat to include as a design, because I'm like, if anybody spots me in public and then like they see that scar, that giant scar in my forehead, it's like, ooh, that kind of looks like Val. I mean, would that ever
Yeah.
happen? If I ever get identified because of the scar on my forehead, firstly, impressive attention to detail. Secondly, who are you? We love Cookie Val. I also love Cookie Val.
It's really cute.
Ah, thank you,
Keep
Mono.
out.
Oh, you just reminded me. I need to turn on my hydrate redeem because I actually have water this time.
Oh my
So
god, water so healthy.
it's very healthy. I like my okay. The moment it gets turned on, you instantly do it. But I'm drinking my water. You can't stop me.
I know I'm drinking some water too.
I'd personally not take that if someone did that finna square up with him. I have appearances to keep. I'm a good boy. I don't fight unless it's for Dr. Pepper. So, I mean, yeah. So, talking about all this design stuff, do you have any plans to update your model anytime soon?
Oh no, I just love the way I look right now. I don't know. I guess this is just perfect for me. I can't see myself wearing something else right now. I really like what I have.
So
I
that kind
put
of,
I put a lot of work into it.
I mean, clearly it shows. That brings me
Yeah.
to another question of, do you, like, Mono thinks you look hot.
Ah, thanks.
That's also some impressive rigging there.
Oh yeah. My rigger is awesome. Did a really good job.
I mean, these days especially, there's a lot of people
Yeah.
who are doing rigging more, and so hopefully it becomes a little more affordable. But then again,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the best stuff tends to be a little more on the pricey side. But that's because they
It
know their
is.
worth.
But it's worth it. It's always worth it to pay for it.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Tip your artist, tip your rigger.
Mm-hmm.
That is a something I should say. Don't, Nina. We're not eating people. Also, you said have a little tussle, man. I thought you said have a tussle, lil man. I'm like, wait a minute. Uh, so you're pretty content staying in where
Mm-hmm.
you are with this. Is it streaming a part time or is it a full time gig right now?
It's a part-time thing. Yeah. For now it's just a part-time.
And so, are you hoping to kind of try and expand it more than what it is, or are you just kind of comfortable where you're at because it's like you stream when you want to, you're growing the
Mm-hmm.
community at your own pace, and you're just really taking your time to do it? Because I think um Rinkia, who was my guest a couple weeks ago, offered that
Mm-hmm.
same thing. He's like, yeah, I paid a decent amount of money for this model. I don't think I threw away the money. I love streaming. I'm not concerned with growing an audience so quickly or so much. It's just whoever shows up shows up. I just enjoy streaming.
Yeah, I can say the same thing. I just love streaming. I actually started streaming so I could get better with my English and make new friends.
Really?
Um, yeah, because my accent before was way, I guess, was stronger. I guess at least now people can understand me better. Um, and with that, my streaming, I guess my streaming journey, and I'm making so many good friends that I don't think I'll ever meet them if I never started streaming. So I just love what I do, but even if it's just a part time thing, um, I don't know. I like streaming. It's super fun. I get to talk to new people. And if they show up, they show up. If not, I'm just gonna keep talking. If they're not there.
No, I think
Uh
that's a very good. I think
yeah.
it's a very good mindset to have. A lot of people tend to be hyper
Mm-hmm.
focused on the numbers,
Yeah. Like
and
no, don't do that to yourself. Mm-mm.
it's just
Not fun
it's
that
not
way.
fun.
Yeah.
Ah, those Dr. Peppers. Ah,
Yeah, all the Dr. Peppers.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love it.
That's it. Oth, you're getting sent to the Pear Wiggler.
Oh.
You're getting sent to the Pear Wiggler. I shall be nice. Val, do you like tea? I don't drink tea.
No tea.
Yeah. Nope. I do not drink tea. One, as a point of I just not a fan of it, and two, as a point of religious reasons that I don't drink tea. So gave you a whole case of Dr. Pepper and put them in a Wiggler. I did. Don't make me. I will put you back in the Pear Wiggler.
Pear Wiggler.
How dare you? You want to go back in the Pear Wiggler off? We'll put you back in the Pear Wiggler. But we got an RR redeemed, so I'll do the RR. I always extend to my guests, but my guests are it's more than okay to decline it because some people are
I'll pass it.
There you go. And sorry to spoil the fun, guys. Come the VOD season 2, the RRs, the uwus, they will be halted for all future episodes of the VOD for VOD season 2. So yeah, at first it was a gimmick, and now it's like, but who's suggesting me things on Throne? Anywho, here you go. That's for you, Off. Have fun with that. Go nuts, kid. Go nuts. And actually, I will. Thank you for the Dr. Pepper. So
shameless.
All of the sound effects and all this that stuff will still be good to go. But as for the RRs and the uwus and the Gilbert Gottfried, which I haven't done in a while, those will remain on hold. Alright, y'all keep throwing things. It wasn't me. Should I clip that or something? That's up to you. I want to be wiggled. My chat is it seems that's my favorite thing about chat is doesn't matter who it comes from, what community, they all have the same hive mind of just chaos.
Yeah, it's always fun. So
it's a lot.
I
of
don't
fun.
mind it.
I'm not
The
gonna.
more chaos, the better.
You're not getting wiggled, Lunar. So going back to what you said before about learning to be better with your English. What makes you say it? So we talked about it a little bit before. English is not your first language, then?
No, it's not. Portuguese is.
Portuguese.
Yeah, Portuguese is my main language. Yeah.
So then, at what point did you start to learn English?
Oh, I always had English in school, but because family had plans to move here to the United States, I moved to an international school in Portugal. And over there, they only spoke English. Like, oh, I need to get better with English because whatever I learned in just a Portuguese school, it was just basic.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
So, what's interesting is because you talked with one of my mods about it, how a lot like he speaks Spanish, I speak French, you speak Portuguese.
Yes, a little bit of Spanish.
What's interesting to me is the dialectical differences in how things are pronounced and the way between Portuguese and Spanish. Because how I always learned it, as somebody phrased it to me, Portuguese is French but in cursive.
Cursive?
Where it's
that's interesting.
And it's a good thing, meaning it's fancy. And like something that he said is like, I think it was the S's in speaking Portuguese, the accent tends to be different than is for Spanish. Is this true?
Yeah, it is different. So, I'm not sure how to explain it, but because Portuguese and Spanish, even though they're similar,
Uh-huh.
but they're not the same.
Of
They just have.
course. Of course, because
Yeah.
French and Spanish are similar, but they're not the same
Mm-hmm.
because they came from the
Yeah.
same root
The same
languages.
family. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Same family language.
There's also another language I learned recently that
Mm.
actually surprisingly, it's like a Baltic language that surprisingly comes from the Latin family.
Oh wow.
It might be Romanian.
Yeah, Romanian is part. Yep, it is. It's
Uh,
funny because sometimes Romanians, whenever I meet them somewhere
uh-huh.
around the I don't know, they think I'm Romanian too because my accent. I guess the accent, Romanian accent and Portuguese accent is very similar in English.
Mm-hmm.
They always like, "Are you Romanian?" Like, no, I'm Portuguese.
But
No.
you're full fluent in Portuguese.
Yeah, Portuguese. Yes, I'm fluent in Portuguese.
So then, do you at all do streams that are sometimes like Portuguese focused, you know, for a Portuguese audience, or do you mainly just keep to English American audience? Because we talked about how you are based in the U.S. currently.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Um, so then, have you thought of or tried double dipping in that sort of demographic of Americans and Portuguese individuals?
I never tried, but it's funny because Brazilians and Portuguese people they always end up showing up in my chat anyway. Like, oh, how do you find me? And then they start speaking Portuguese, or they say, oh, I'm from Brazil. Like, and I start speaking Portuguese to them. They just go, oh my god, you speak Portuguese? Like, yeah. They just get, I don't know. It's just funny. But I never tried streaming Portuguese before, but it's something that I want to try again because the only place I speak Portuguese now is at home
Yeah.
and everywhere else is just English. And I feel like I'm starting to forget things. I don't want to
Oh,
forget my own language.
oh, that's
um,
yeah, that'd be terrible. I mean, spending your
yeah.
whole life learning that, um,
Mm-hmm.
only to forget it. I mean, with my French, I because I haven't had a reason to speak it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where like I can understand it, and I know and I can understand it. But when I speak, I'm like, okay, give me a second. I have to think about how to conjugate this.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to pick my because I'm good at verbs, good at nouns, but just like conjugation, I'm like, wait, has this conjugate, has this conjugate, and
Yeah.
so having to think about that in real time can be a little frustrating for people who are fluent in the language. But more often than
Mm-hmm.
not, I've found that they're extremely patient because they're like, oh, well, you're making an attempt to at least speak the
Yeah.
language.
I feel like when other people knows that you're speaking their language, they usually are really happy that you're trying, attempting to speak their language. So they'll be very patient with you. At least that has been my experience so far.
Well, I remember when I was learning French at the time, I was also with a bunch of individuals that were learning to speak Russian. And
Russian.
yeah, and so the thing is that they were people who like they were teaching us some Russian and we're teaching them some French and our Russian was just terrible. And they're just like, there's a couple Americans, but a bunch of them are actual Russian speaking individuals, and they're like,
Mhm.
yeah, it sounds good, you're doing great, and I'm like, I just butchered that, what do you mean?
I just want to motivate you to keep speaking, I guess.
Oh goodness, pardon me. Because my biggest hurdle when it comes to learning a language is making sure I speak with the proper accent.
Mm.
um like my French, so when I went and I learned French and then spoke to Tahitians who also speak French, they're French Polynesians. Well, they're
Mhm.
Polynesians that happen to, for whatever reason, be it's a French colony. So you take that as you will.
Mhm.
We're not here to discuss geopolitical matters. Um, Regardless, Tahitians know French, and so when you speak with a Tahitian in French, like I did that one time and his eyes just lit up. Now,
Ah.
bear in mind at the time, this was, I think it was 19. I was a 6'2" individual, a tall guy, built like a linebacker, and this Polynesian dude hears me start speaking French. Or no, I was speaking Tahitian. Excuse me. I was speaking French at first, and then I spoke Tahitian to him. His eyes
Mhm.
lit up, and he picked me up off the ground and bear hugged me. And
Yeah.
he's just like, and they, from what I understood, because I was learning Tahitian at the time, from what I understood, The dude said to his buddies next to him, he says, "Guys, the white boy is speaking our tongue."
Oh no.
And from that moment, I'm like, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. The white boy is
Yeah.
speaking our tongue.
I know. I feel like it's always good to learn a new language. I don't know. It just makes your brain happy. I don't know. It at least makes my brain happy that I can just speak multiple languages to different people.
When you look like when you look at the way the current American education system is, it's
Mm-hmm.
so interesting because it's incredibly diverse in what it teaches, but the one thing it lacks in is making another language a requirement to be taught.
Mm.
Because the thing is, in a lot of countries, English is taught as a mandatory language that you have to learn.
Yeah. We learn English until the last grade of the school, and we keep using it later too. So.
Which to me, I always thought was so dumb that American schools don't do that. Because I decided to take I took 3 years of French in high school,
Mm.
and then from that, I then uh, spent time in an occupation in a place where I had to learn French, or I had to continue learning French.
Mm-hmm.
And from then, it's like, oh, I'm happy I learned this. It took a little bit of time, but I'm happy. And so I'm just like, well, studies show that, I mean, this is inherent. Well, if children learn a second language in their upbringing, what do you mean you clipped? Like the white boy bit? Cool.
Not in
Uh,
4K.
caught in 4K. Um, but just because you learned English from a very young age, in addition to learning your native tongue of Portuguese. And so,
Yeah.
how was that like learning both of those at the same time? Because I don't personally, I my friend groups that I have, they when they learn their languages, it was when they were in high school or post high school. It was not in their upbringing unless they were
Mm-hmm.
children of people who did speak those languages, whether it was they
Mm-hmm.
had German parents, they had Spanish parents, they had French parents. So, but very few American, like strong American lineage individuals spoke another language. It's just like it was taught. So what was that like for your experience?
Um, I could say just I had better grades in English than in my own language.
Really?
Because yeah, I just don't like grammar in Portuguese. It's just a terrible thing to teach a kid. But it's okay. We learn that anyway because we have to, right? I used to live in a country that just spoke Portuguese for everything.
To be fair,
Um,
grammar in general just sucks.
yeah, I don't know. At least even though I guess because the level they start in English is easier than whatever we already know in Portuguese. That's
Uh-huh.
probably why I had better grades in English than Portuguese. But
No, trust me.
um,
I get that completely. Uh
mhm.
English is English is a weird uh English is a weird language. I dance, you dance, he dances. Well, why does he dance? I think I remember that stand up bit. It was like Russian. English is a funny language to say the least because
Mm,
depending on it's very much a phonetic and tonal language that also is deeply rooted in presentation of how you say things.
mm,
Uh like for instance, so this was a big discussion I was having there that I learned about, and then it's completely changed the way I speak to people. Yanked,
mm.
yernt. I love using yanked or whomstead of. Whomstead of is a very good word. Uh,
Oh,
let's see where. Let me see if I can type this out. Whomst whomstead of.
no, I don't think I ever used that. Or I'm gonna use. No, I don't think I'm gonna use that.
Whom
There's
has
some.
Huh?
Mm. And there's some words sometimes that I prefer to avoid in English because I can't say it.
I
I just avoid it.
mean, that's fair. Also, that means who has not would have.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't know that.
I like saying skedaddle.
Get out of. That's a funny word.
It's a great word. Freaking love skedaddle. But like, the discussion that, or the thing I was learning about was possessions in possessives in English. So, because this is what makes it, AI will never be able to fully understand the language as a whole, and especially English fully, unless it has complete context clues. For
Mm.
instance, if I say, uh, well, crap, it was, I can't remember the way it was phrased, but it was essentially along the lines of, uh, Brad, Brad won the big game and got a big trophy. It was a big deal to him. What was a big deal? The trophy or the game?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. To us humans, we understand where he's referring to the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, James won the game, he won the big game and got a trophy. You know, we understand that it was winning the game was a big deal.
Yeah.
But for a lot of languages, and especially with something like AI, understanding the context clues is very hard. And so that's why having a certain level of specificity when you speak is just
Mm.
sometimes unfortunately necessary. Read or read. Bear, what are you
Oh
trying to
yeah.
say? Oh my goodness. Don't get me started on homophones and homonyms. Those are words that are, if I remember, those are words that look the same but are, or words that look the same but have different meanings, and words that are spoken the same but have different spellings.
Yeah, we have stuff like that in Portuguese too.
A lot of languages do.
Yeah.
Um,
It's funny. And then you have to get used to all of it in different languages. When you learn different languages, like, oh yeah, this thing is this in this language too. So fun. Ah.
Now, talking, kind of doubling back to this last talk about the language, especially in Portuguese, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what are your thoughts entirely on VTubing as a whole being primarily set within America and Japan? Is it, considering that a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people I've talked to who've lived outside the United States, or, whether or not they're currently in the United States or living outside, but they're primarily from outside the United States, what are your thoughts on this whole, like, these are the two places to do this kind of content?
Mm, hmm. I don't think those are the only two places, but I feel like those are like the most popular ones right now.
Yes, they're,
Um,
pardon me,
yeah.
they're the biggest places to do it. They're not the
Yeah, the
only.
biggest places, yeah. Because I sometimes when I'm scrolling through YouTube shorts, sometimes Portuguese VTuber shows up in my in
Yeah.
my shorts. But like, oh, that's cool that they do that too there. But I always, yeah, I feel like English and Japanese are the most popular ones for sure. Um,
Now, is that something you
yeah.
think you'd want to see more expansion of beyond the scope
Yeah,
of
that would be
America?
nice. That would be nice.
Because I think
That would be nice to have other I guess other languages too.
one of the
Um
biggest ones that was uh actually in the VTuber scene was, I think, was it a Mexican? Was it a Mexico branch of, it was Hololive, or it was a, like, Hololive or Face Connect or Idol,
mhm.
that was pretty big. Unless it was Akio Air, I don't know. Maybe it was
Yeah,
Walker.
something like that.
I don't know, but the point being is that, like, I think in Latin America and then South America, like, a lot of VTubing is surprisingly becoming a very big thing.
Mhm.
Especially in Latin America and South America. And
Yeah.
it only just makes you wonder, what the future has in store for it as it continues to expand past America, past Japan. United States, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, colloquially, America is just the United States, but
The United States, huh? That's it, huh?
The world is the United States, and the United States is the world. There is nothing else. If you look at a globe from America, it just shows the United States and water
Just
all
it.
around it. Oh goodness.
Yeah. Yep, that's probably correct. I don't know.
That's because we Americans are closed-minded. Anyway,
Ah.
pardon me, us United States of Americans. But goodness. So then, what would you like to? Is there anything you'd like to see, more in the VTubing scene in the future? Of you can't eat my cookie face. No.
Nom nom nom.
No, don't encourage that, Faye.
Oh.
But is there? Thank you for the Dr. Pepper. Is there anything that, any last kind of things you'd like to add about that? You know, being a Portuguese VTuber, you know, being in America and doing all this and expanding, you know, past the American market into other potential places.
Yeah, that would be. I would like that. I would like it to expand to other countries too, besides the big main ones. I think that would be fun. It'd be a fun thing, because I don't know. I think it would be just fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So guys,
The more the better.
The more the better. Not to mention, there's so many countries that have a lot of cool, I think have a lot of cool things to share and a lot of unique cultures to bring to the table with VTubing. So guys, we're past the 1 hour mark.
Oh wow.
Do you know what time it is, guys? It's time to bring out the chart.
Chart?
The chart.
Oh.
So, I have a chart on this show that I always like to bring up to my guests, because that way we kind of take a break from the questions. Dr. Pepper time. No Dr. Pepper time currently. This is chart time. So this is meant to be like a fun little break from the questions. You know, we just kind of talk about, have a fun little dialogue of sense, and I show you this chart that was made that I like asking to my guests and seeing what their opinions are. Now, this chart was made by my head mod, and he wrote it in a drunken state, and I perfected it. Now, the whole purpose of this chart is that we can take any food or drink and we can classify it into 4 categories. Now, you might have seen this already in this kind of format. We have the soup category, the steak category, the salad category, or the sandwich category. And how it goes is that we can break down, a food or a meal, and we can break it down into essential components and categorize it. So, thank you, Bubbles. So, if you would be so kind as to give me a singular food or drink, because if you give me a drink, chances are it'll go into soup. Isn't that selfish? What do you mean? Isn't that selfish? Also, welcome, Steve. Steve 2125-1. How are you doing? Glass is not going to be. We're not going to talk about that. If you're honestly going to say you're going to be eating glass, doing food like that, but it is not selfish. Ketchup is not a salad. Ketchup is a non-Newtonian liquid, therefore it goes into the don't worry about it category.
Don't worry about it.
All right, so give me a food and I will classify it to show you how the chart works.
Food. Dino nuggies.
Dino nuggies. Oh, heck yeah. So first, so is this one dino nugget or is this multiple dino nuggets?
Just one.
Just
one dino nugget.
All right, so we're gonna take it. We're gonna put that into. Is it going to be eaten? Yes, no, or maybe. If it's a maybe, that question will loop back on itself until you have a yes or no answer.
Mm.
And we said yes. So, is it state of matter a solid or a liquid?
Solid.
Okay. You can keep throwing Dr. Peppers all you want. I have the power here. Technically, yes. If someone freezes mayonnaise, it is a steak. Now, is it a single mass or is it made of multiple parts?
A single.
And if it's a single mass, then a dino nugget is a steak.
Ah.
Well, it's not a steak. It is in the steak category.
I see.
So yeah. If we take a bunch of husbandos.
Husbandos. See?
Oh no, we will. Don't worry. We'll talk about that a little more because we'll probably spend some time just dissecting the intro. Jeez. We'll spend some time just dissecting the intro you gave me and breaking down all that stuff. Like, yes. So, but going back to the Val, I will change that so none of you except my mods and I can put people in the pear wiggler. Only I can put people in the pear wiggler. Is it human layered? Is it human layered? It's whatever you guys decide. That's all I gotta say. It's whatever you guys decide. So, some people have said human is a steak, where it's a human is a singular mass. Which I'd be inclined to believe it is a singular mass. So, because humans have skin and stuffs like layers and stuff. Then if you want to, a human's a sandwich. It is purely upon the dictates and precepts of your heart. So,
Sandwich.
Yes. All right. Now only VIPs or above can put people in the pear wiggler. Stuff my waifu in a no, we're not stuffing your waifu in a blender bear.
Why would you do that?
Smoothie.
Smoothie.
So smoothie falls under that unsure category because well, it depends on how smooth the smoothie is. So
yeah, it has pieces. Yeah, it makes sense.
Well, because if it's state of matter, do you think a smoothie's state of matter is a liquid?
Yeah, it is.
Then do you
most of it, at least?
Do you think applesauce is a liquid? That's the thing, because a smoothie and applesauce have the same kind of consistency.
I'm not sure now.
Exactly. And so guess what? Unsure is a path we can take to don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. That's good.
Because people don't you say chunky waifu soup? People don't like the fact that I put don't worry about it because people say it's a cop-out answer. To which I say you're incorrect. And you're just afraid of the truth. So, because at that point, if you're truly debating whether or not it's a solid or liquid, if there's multiple single parts, or if it's a layered dish, if you're truly trying to figure it out and you don't know the answer, then at that point you just shouldn't worry about it. Put sour cream. Oh, I do like sour cream. Sour cream is good. I heard somebody when I was playing a game, somebody was like, you know, there is a limit to how much sour cream you can have. Like, and I was chasing after him in the game. I'm like, there is no such thing as too much sour cream. You just have weak biology.
Oh.
Sour cream is good.
You're gonna eat a whole sour cream
no
container?
No. I'm saying you can never have too much sour cream with something, not by itself. It's not
by itself, huh?
It's not something you just wake up one day and say, all right, I'm hungry, time to sit on the couch, watch Golden Girls, and have a tub full of sour cream with a spoon and just pound in it. That's not like.
I bet people do that.
If people do that, they need to see two people. They need to see a doctor and they need to see an exorcist because clearly
Oh
there's
no.
demons.
uh,
What kind of food is sour cream or whipped cream?
uh,
Watered down sour cream smoothie. Okay, I'm about to be like, quiet, Nina. We don't need more unhinged things. Instead of Haagen-Dazs, my depression food is sour cream.
Ooh.
That sounds legitimately awful. Like,
Aw.
like for instance, I love rolled tacos.
Mm.
Super good with sour cream.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my depression food is plastic.
Plastic. Oh, wow.
But like, so I my hometown is Las Vegas. I spend most of my life in the city of Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And in Las Vegas, if any of you guys ever go to Las Vegas, there is a wonderful group of like chain, like semi-restaurant kind of places that I highly recommend anybody to go to. It's called Roberto's. It's a family-owned Mexican restaurant chain, and they're
Mm.
authentic Mexican restaurants. And so it is the best, I think, like authentic Mexican food you can get quickly. That is a lot of food for relatively cheap. Like their burritos are massive.
Mm.
Like basically take your two hands, make fists with them, put them one on top of the other. That's how thick the burrito is.
Oh, wow.
It is a big burrito, and that's like $3.
Oh, yeah. Then that's perfect. See, when it's cheap and good. Oh, yes. Like
But the
best
thing is,
food.
all it is, that's the thing.
Mm.
You can only have one because all it is giant tortilla and then nothing but refried beans and cheese. That's
Ah.
it. So it's
Mm.
carb central.
I see.
Carb and protein central. With, because as soon as refried beans are not as, healthy, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still very good. Like, that's all I gotta say about that. Ketchup chips. You Canadians and your ketchup chips.
Yeah, I tried though. They're not bad. It's just like nothing. Oh my god, I'm gonna go grab and eat it. Food. It's just okay.
It's one of the foods of all time. Because I saw ketchup chips for the first time, and my immediate thought was, why?
Why?
Why? Like nobody needed that. Nobody asked for that. I like regular Lay's with vanilla ice cream.
Mmm. Oh, that sounds
Bear,
good.
bear. I gotta ask.
That sounds
See,
good.
see,
Oh, try
see.
that. Oh, sweet and healthy.
I can understand I can understand French fries and a Frosty from Wendy's. I can understand that. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't accept Lay's and vanilla ice cream. Like a
It's
Frosty
crunchy.
is soft serve. Vanilla ice cream is not soft unless it's melted.
I don't know. I would try that. But I don't like flavored chips. I only like the regular salt chips, the kettle cooked ones because they're extra
Oh, I
crunchy.
see.
No, no. Yeah, I like
Actually,
those.
I gotta stab it with a fork to make it soft. What, the ice cream?
Yeah.
Just throw your fork into a microwave.
Oh.
Or your just kidding. Don't throw any utensils in a microwave, plastic or metal. Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's funny joke, but nothing more than a joke. That's true. Give a nice light show. So, are there any do you know any like because lately when I've been asking people who are not like from the United States originally,
Hmm.
I present this chart and they typically give me a regional like cultural food. Do you have any Portuguese dishes that we could put through the flowchart?
Let me see. It could be Portuguese or Brazilian. Mm, pão de queijo, which is a Brazilian cheese bread.
How do you
Delicious
spell
thing.
that?
I guess I'll type here in your chat.
Perfect.
I don't have a
Oh.
Portuguese keyboard right now, so I was gonna miss a thing.
You're just gonna miss the accents.
The accent on the A from the first word, but don't say pau because that means on something else. Just pão de queijo.
Queijo. Interesting.
It's just cheese bread, but like
Pão de
Brazilian cheese
queijo.
bread. I love eating that for breakfast.
Gotta
So
look at that
good.
recipe. Oh,
It's pretty
that
easy.
looks really good.
Yeah,
I feel like I've had.
I like my favorite
I
thing.
feel like I've had this kind of like cheese bread before.
Probably.
All right, guys, let's take a look at this. Let's take a gander at this. Where is it?
Yeah, I love cheese. So anything with cheese.
I also love cheese.
Yeah.
We've talked about that. We talked about that. Let's see. Fit to screen. Brazilian cheese spread. All right. So.
Oh my god. That looks so good. I was right now.
So let's put.
I just saw that thing popping out over there.
Can't beat anything with cheese and bread. Human staple, fire looking. Amen. Cheesy bread, go hard. I love like Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. That's what it reminds me of. Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. Have you ever had a red? Have you had a red? You've never had a Red Lobster cheddar biscuit.
No, I've never tried that.
Oh my gosh, you need to change that. You live in the United States. You have access to a Walmart or most any store. Go to like the aisle in the store next time that has like the brownies, the cookies, the muffin mix. You will find it next to the muffin mix. It's a universal. You'll find it there. Red Lobster cheddar biscuits.
Okay, I'll try to remember that. See, that's the thing.
I was gonna say $3 for a box makes you like 20.
Oh. I have to check that then. And make some.
Let me pull up a picture of the Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. Like,
because guys has so many things here that I never see in my country or the country I used to live. So every time I go here, I'm like, yeah, all the stuff is in here. I don't even know what it is, so I don't even. I guess because it's not my comfort zone. Again, I don't even try it. Like you guys have so many fast food chains in here that I never seen in my life before I moved here. Like, oh wow, you guys have a lot of fast food in here.
Go America. We high in obesity. All right.
Oh, that looks so good.
Red. So can you see why I like?
Yeah. Oh, it looks similar.
Red Lobster cheddar biscuits. They go hard. They are good.
Okay, I want to try that.
Now, if I remember how one makes Red Lobster cheddar biscuits, I believe. Let's see.
I like baking, so anything with baking, I should be able to make it.
Let's see. I'm trying to find the actual like Red Lobster cheddar biscuit, because I don't have the thing on me. So you'll have it'll come with the mix. So all you'll do is you'll take the flour mix that it gives you. You'll put in some milk, half a cup of shredded cheddar cheese, you'll put butter and garlic powder with the seasoning. And so basically, the butter, the garlic, and the seasoning are the last things that you put on top. That's why there's like little flaky bits on top there.
Not the garlic. Is that garlic? Oh, it was getting good, but then you're the garlic. I would try it anyways and see if I like it.
You can take out or you can substitute the garlic.
Or put less.
Yeah.
Just less garlic.
So, if there's one thing you can take for the stream, it's this. Red Lobster cheddar biscuits go hard.
Okay.
They're just they're built different and they're just good. You know,
built different.
You know, this is good. Pizza Rat.
Pizza
Rat.
Oh, not rat.
have
I
you
don't
not
like rats.
have you not seen
Ew.
this
I've
image?
seen that, but it's nasty. Ew.
My man's
I
just
don't like rats at all.
Oh, that's fair. All right, so let's move on
I see
from
one and mm.
yeah.
I see one. I'm just gonna get my cat. Like, I'll go get it, kill it.
We do like pizza rat. Pizza rat goes hard. So I was thinking for the next 20 minutes, we could
Mhm.
take the time to talk a little bit about some of your interests and see where the
Mm.
you talk about them. We kind of learn a little bit about it. So you did say you're a variety streamer, that you like to play games. What kind of games do you like to play?
Let's see. Gacha games like Genshin, Honkai Star Rail. Gotta be there. Be a shrimps for the bundles in there too, right? I gotta pull for them.
You
Um,
gonna shrimp with the blanket all around you?
yeah. So I do extra shrimping. Shrimping for the characters and shrimping in real life too, with my posture. um, then I like playing Minecraft too. I started playing Stardew Valley with the Gojo mod.
I saw that. I
That's
saw
what
that on Twitter. Didn't you post about that on Twitter?
I think I liked it or retweeted it or something like that.
I could have.
Someone was make the Gojo mod. I'm like, oh, I need that. It's my favorite character, so I have to see him.
It's funny that you bring up Stardew Valley because
Mm-hmm.
something that uh something that was brought up in my Discord server recently was like, have you played Stardew Valley? And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
where was this? I have a request for Val. Would you maybe possibly play Stardew Valley on stream? To which I'm like,
Mm.
I do not have Stardew Valley and I've never played it. However, I would not mind playing it on stream.
It's a fun game.
I've heard it's fun.
Yeah, I started playing it last year for the first time, but I got so focused in fishing that I did not pay attention to anything besides fishing. But now I'm actually starting the game again. I got addicted to fishing in that game. It's pretty fun.
Are there any other games besides gotcha games that you like to play?
Uh, let's see. I did stop with the shooting game for a little bit. I used to play Destiny 2 a lot, but
Oh
I stopped with
no.
that.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
And then I do like MMO, so Final Fantasy 14. I think that's the game that I have most hours in. Is that game? I almost have 6,000 hours in that game.
Oh my jeez. The most I have is in Destiny 2, and that's about 800 hours.
Oh, I think I have like almost 1,000 hours in Destiny 2. I spent some time there raiding. That's what I like to do. If the game has raids, that yeah, I will be playing. I will be doing that. Any
Jeez.
challenging content with games.
Do you stream any of
And
this
then hmm?
long? Do you make a point to stream any of this long term? Like because with the whole raid mechanics? Because I know if I play Destiny on stream, that raid would go for a
Yeah.
couple hours.
Yeah, I had a stream that took me 6 hours to finish a raid because of we were doing a little the challenges in there. So we could just make, I guess we could just do that raid for like an hour or something or 2 hours for the first time. But because we want this exotic weapon, we had to go through all those puzzles inside that raid, and that took us 6 hours to do all that
Which raid was it?
and then try. I forgot the name now.
Which planet?
Oh, that was what's the name of that gun? It's the energy.
Was it Garden of
Uh,
Salvation?
I think it is Garden of Salvation.
Was it the Vex one?
The Vex one, yeah, it is the Vex one. Yeah. That was years ago.
I hate Garden of Salvation.
Yeah, I did not mind it. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's get the cool. Yeah, Divinity. That's Divinity. That's the gun. That's the gun. They were trying to get him. We all got it.
Did you ever play Trials of Osiris?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm not a PvP player.
See
that type of game.
See, that's what I did. Was I played PvP a lot. Specifically, I was a Gambit player.
Oh, I am a game. Yeah, I was a Gambit player, but not PvP. player. A
Um,
Gambit, yes, I love Gambit.
but when I wasn't doing Gambit, I was running trials and I was crying.
Yeah,
So,
my friend was right too. I remember they talking about it. I'm not good with shooting games when it comes to like PvP stuff. I'm not good. I'm okay killing those little, Vex and Cabals and all those, I guess, NPC things, but not actual people.
oh, I get it. Trust
Yeah.
me. It's one of those things where just like killing the fury of having to deal with human players that just are annoying.
But that's just for shooting games. When it comes to like Final Fantasy PvP, that's a different story. I'm just gonna destroy the team, the next team. So that's just fun.
I know
PvP in that
nothing.
type of game is fun.
I know nothing about Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
The crying part is so valid. Don't know what's happening, but crying is so valid. Well, I put the val in valid.
Wow.
Ah, see, but anyway, uh, I feel like it's a lot of VTubers. I was
Mm-hmm.
feel like a case study would have been interesting to do on the number of VTubers that play gotcha games
Mm-hmm.
versus those that don't, because I feel like almost every person I've had on this show who they play gotcha games. They really like playing gotcha games. Genshin Impact is like the number one game they play.
Yeah.
Genshin or Honkai.
Mm-hmm. It has good story and good characters. The characters over there, they look so good. It's like all shrimpable characters. So
Shrimpable.
yeah. Just
Just
a big shrimp. That's it.
just
Is
lurching over.
anime? Yeah.
No, I understand that. See, I haven't been playing a lot of what kind of games have I been playing? Like I've been playing uh of course I've been playing Helldivers because I like Helldivers.
Oh yeah,
Uh
Helldivers. Yeah.
I've been playing recently. I've been getting back into Enter the Gungeon. Love that game. It's a fun game. I used to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Uh-huh. Put a lot of
Never
hours.
played it before. It looks fun.
Oh, sure. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. It's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, it's Yu-Gi-Oh. Mm.
But yeah, I'm trying to diversify my time more so I can play more video games.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things like if I'm not streaming, I'm making it more of a priority to expand my uh stuff with streaming than
Mm-hmm.
playing video games in my free time.
Me too.
That's okay. It's
Yeah.
video games in my free time are not as big as a priority because I want to spend a little more time on my stream stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
I do the same thing.
um so yeah. Now where was it? If you say you have a passion for traditional art with watercolors,
Huh?
you mind talking about that?
Yeah. See, I just love a pencil and a paper when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to drawing. Digital is, I guess, it's newer form of art that I tried digital, but traditional is just like my favorite thing. I've been doing traditional art since I don't know. I was born into this world, I guess, and I was born with a pencil and a paper already, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, and watercolors is such a relaxing thing for me every time because that's the only time I don't care if I mess up. If I mess up, it's there. I can fix it. It's just water and paint. It's
Hmm.
harder to fix it, so I would just go with it and hope for the best for my art. And it usually turns out pretty good. I like the end results with my watercolors.
You t-
I like drawing myself or my husbandos. I
do you
don't
t-
know. I have a lot of fun with watercolors.
do you typically paint it on canvases or do
Mhm.
you use uh
Just paper.
just paper?
Like the really thick paper that can handle a lot of water.
What's your do you have like a favorite painting that you've done thus far?
A painting. Um, I think was when I got to do my, I guess my one of my first. No, it was probably my second
Mm-hmm.
stream with traditional art because I had never done that before on stream. Like, yeah, let's do it, and then I decided to just paint Gojo.
You know
That was
what?
like my favorite.
That is extremely valid.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Sorry,
Yeah, it has so
sorry,
much fun.
sorry, guys. I am a Gojo simp, and
Yeah.
I will not apologize.
I talk too much about that character.
I love Gojo. Unfortunately, you guys have to realize that Geji just does not like Gojo.
Oh.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, I say that because all the stuff he's been through in season 1 and season 2,
Mm-hmm.
you can see
Oh yeah.
he just
Mm-hmm.
he just doesn't like Gojo. So, um,
Hmm.
it's just it makes me sad because he's such a good character, and so he
It
gets,
is.
you know, without going into too much detail, it's very good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so that we can actually transition that into back to the anime talk.
Yeah.
So, you love watching anime and reading
Mm-hmm.
manga. So,
Mm-hmm.
what besides the Jujutsu Kaisen, what do you enjoy watching? What do you enjoy talking about, discussing?
Besides Jujutsu Kaisen, um, it'll be Attack on Titan. I love Attack on Titan. Evangelion Genesis. That's a good one too.
I've never seen it.
Um, no, you should watch. Did you like mechas?
I think they're okay.
Oh, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's a cool mecha fights and it's pretty good. I recommend watching the movies, all the movies, if you ever get into it. The anime too is good. I feel like the movies is like a little bit uh
The original movies or like the remakes?
the remakes. I like the remakes a lot. It
Hmm.
brings it changes is different from the anime, but I like the way it
I'm
I
a,
like the way they do the things differently in there.
I'm aware of that scene, Bear. I'm aware of that
Yeah, I
scene.
read that. I saw that thing like, oh no, not this in the hospital. I see.
So,
uh,
but Attack on Titan, that was when I finished
yeah,
recently, and that was a
I
wild
like Attack on
ride.
Titan.
Uh,
Yeah, that's such a good. I feel so sad that it's over. Like 10 years of a good stuff, and then it's over.
it it was
I think it was
sad.
10 years, right?
It's something like that. I want to say it was 2013, 2014 is when it started, and this is when it ended.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I will say, it was sad. Um, Now have you seen Code Geass?
No, I never watched it. It is on my list to watch for a long time now, but I
If
never got to watch it.
if you like Attack on Titan,
Mm-hmm.
and this is my advice to anybody, if you like Attack on Titan, watch Code Geass because Code
Okay.
Geass is, I get flack for this, but it's an opinion
Mm-hmm.
I stand by. Aaron Yeager to me is a diet Lelouch.
Ah.
Um,
Okay.
he's a good character. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I like
It
Aaron.
is.
I like Aaron Yeager. Um,
Crazy character.
I guess
That's really cool.
my only complaint, and I don't know if that's because he's well written. I don't know if that's because the Hiro or crap, what was his name? Hiroyuki Sawano. Wait, is that the? I have it here. Hajime Isayama. Sawano is the
Mm.
composer.
Yeah.
Isayama. I don't know if that's
Mm-hmm.
because Isayama just was going ham one day.
Mm.
I guess that's what I like about Lelouch is he makes his intentions known from the beginning, and he sticks to it until the very end.
Mm-hmm.
With Aaron, without going into too much detail, it's very confusing where his allegiance lies.
It is.
And that just makes it so hard to follow and relate to him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's only something you'll truly understand the big picture of why things happen the way they happen in the last season.
Mm-hmm.
So, like
A lot of stuff.
making sure I don't spoil anything. It's one of those things that when you see what happens in the last season, it makes you go, "Oh."
Oh, it makes sense now.
It unfortunately makes sense.
Yeah, and then it's funny because after watching the last season, I went back in and rewatched the whole thing again because I'm like, yeah, I can't believe this is over. So like, oh, all this stuff is making more sense now. I don't know. I like rewatching anime after they end. You go to the first season and you're like, I haven't noticed this part, but now that I know what happens in the future, I know why this happens now.
Yeah.
So
Um.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Now, I'm actually going to, because this thing I want to bring, I want to sing that I saw recently, and I want to bring up that I'm going to mute both of our mics
Mm-hmm.
just to say, okay, we're
That'd be
back.
crazy.
We're back. Sorry, guys. It's just like, that's a pretty big spoiler, but it's one of those things where we're talking about
Yeah.
how when you see what happens in season 3, it makes what happened in season 2 makes
Mm,
so much more sense, because the foreshadowing and the preparation of all the small details just makes
yeah.
a lot of sense.
You don't even notice it until later.
You
Which is,
don't.
yeah, it's there right in front of you, all their answers, but you don't see it because you don't know what's gonna happen.
Well,
I don't know, just cool the way he did that with Attack on Titan.
it's that
Really good
constant,
story.
yeah, it's the constant misdirection that makes it such a good story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you never know what's gonna happen next episode. I don't know.
Well,
Something is happening.
and I think something I do like about Attack on Titan above other shows is that not every episode has to feel like a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's something I really enjoy about it. It's because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, that was a good episode. And then you go on your way instead of, what will happen next? Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean the entirety of Shibuya is now in a circle, like a giant dome? What do you can't stop there.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things
I need
like,
more.
uh it's good. It's good. But yeah, like I said,
It is.
if you like Attack on Titan, I'd say shove Code Geass higher up on the list, like one of the next shows you
Mm-hmm.
watch.
Okay.
It is worth it. It is, I think it is 2 seasons, I think 48 episodes in total plus the
Hmm.
movie.
Yeah, it's not long.
It's not. And the thing
That's
is,
good.
so the thing is that season 1 came out, I want to say in 2007.
Mm.
And then let's see, Code Geass. Not to mention, this is one of the series I highly recommend that you watch the dub.
The dub.
The dub.
Mm.
I mean, I watch Attack on Titan dubbed.
I
So,
watched it both. Because someone
oh,
wanted to watch it with dub because they had a
uh-huh.
hard time listening to Japanese and having to read, so dub
Mm-hmm.
was the option. So I watched both.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Pretty good dub.
Oh, they're very. I think the sub and the dub for
Mm-hmm.
um the sub and the dub for both Attack on Titan and Code Geass are extremely good. Like, you can watch
Uh,
either one of them, either languages, and
I like that.
you will go home and it'll feel good. I am personal towards the
Nice.
dub because being an English speaker,
Mm-hmm.
I love their voices and they hammer home their performances. Johnny Young Bosch as Lelouch and Yuri Lowenthal as Suzaku Kurugi.
Mm-hmm.
They're just powerhouses and they're really good. So season 1 of Code Geass was 2006 to 2007. Season 2 was 2008 to 2000, which is 2008.
Hmm.
Then came the movie Code Geass: Lelouch of the Resurrection. Came out in 2019.
Oh wow, pretty, I guess, recent. 5
Yeah,
years ago.
which some people, uh, say is not canon. It's an alternate universe. Um,
Oh.
I don't know. I haven't looked too hard into it. I think of it as the canon ending. Um, some people don't like it, but looking
Hmm.
at it, where is it? It's let's see. Oh, okay. So they re-released it before the movie. You know, initiation, transgression, and glorification, three-part compilation film recapping the events of both anime series seasons, while also alternating storylines for various characters and establishing an alternate universe. A new original
Hmm.
film titled Kogiasa Lucia of the Resurrection, taking place after the Zero Requiem of the film trilogy's alternate universe was released. So
I
yeah.
see. Yeah, you're making me really want to watch the anime now because it is on my list, but I never got to watch it.
Hmm.
But I really want to watch it now.
You won't be disappointed. It's one of those shows
It's
where
good.
It's one of those shows where at the very end of the show, I
Mm-hmm.
cried. Much
Ooh.
like I did at the end of Attack on Titan.
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah.
I cried. That's how
There
good
is
it
one,
was.
I think it was season 3 begin. Yeah, I don't know which ending, but there's one ending in Attack on Titan with the last seasons that is so good that one of the episodes in there just made me, I was close to crying, but as soon as I heard the song, like, yeah, I'm crying because it's just, I don't know, it's good.
Was it the
Good.
My Soldiers Rage part, or was it in season 4?
Like, might be season 4, beginning of season 4 then. They had
Oh,
this ending.
well,
Uh,
that can be talked about later,
yeah.
because we want to avoid spoilers.
Yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers. Oh, this is so good. Such a good anime.
It's so good, guys. Go watch both.
Yeah.
All
Oh.
right. So the very last thing we'll cover before we get into our 10 questions is
Mm-hmm.
this:
Yeah.
what is the husbando collecting? Like, what is this? Where does this come from?
Oh, I just have a collection of husbandos. When I say that, it's just my figurines, my, I guess, I don't know. Every time I play a game, and there's a character with white hair in there. It's probably gonna be my husbando, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I guess that's like, there was a slide in my debut that it was just husbandos faces in it. That I just dedicated it just for my husbandos. Yeah, I had a big dark, a dark basement change. No, it's not like that.
I see.
Uh, I don't know. I guess I have a big list with the characters I like a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and now on my list of characters that I want to draw too. So
Is
yeah.
what so what qualifies one to be a part of the husbando club?
Um. Yeah. White hair.
White hair.
It doesn't matter what where hair I call it is just white hair. I just like white haired characters. They're always cool. They're always cool characters. Like Gojo is so cool. And then
Da-
you got I guess Kakashi is so cool too.
uh, Dante from Devil May Cry.
I never watched that or play any of those games, so I don't know that character, but probably yeah.
He's
Or
Dante is
mm,
he's an interesting dude. I don't know a whole lot about the Devil May Cry series,
mm-hmm.
but all I know is he's an interesting fella, to say the least.
Oh yeah, another. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was like about the other games that I just started playing is Final Fantasy VII remake, and then but there's a character with the super long hair, Sephiroth with a, I don't
Oh,
know, that guy. He looks so
there,
cool.
there's this
It's
one
definitely my
guy.
husband now.
There's this one guy. You may not know him. He's from Final
Yeah, I guess
Fantasy. His name
everyone
is
knows him.
Sephiroth.
It's Sephiroth, you know him. Yeah, that guy
He,
is my part of my husband list too. He's
Sephiroth,
there.
isn't that the department store? No, that's Sephora. But
uh,
they both cater to long hair.
mm-hmm.
Oh goodness. But I
I
mean,
don't know.
you can't go wrong with Gojo though.
Yeah, Gojo is so cool.
Gojo.
I feel like, I don't know, there's a lot of animes or whatever anime they have a character with white hair. That character is always like the cooler character from all of them for some reason.
Have you seen
You
all of
just,
Naruto?
yes, I've seen all of Naruto.
Is it and Kakashi's your favorite?
Mm, see, it's funny. I like him. He's one of my favorite characters.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's one character there that doesn't have white hair. Itachi. He's also one of my favorites. But he doesn't have white hair. Where he just edgy. I guess
Itachi.
edgy characters and white hair characters. Those are usually my type of husbandos in anime or games.
I
They're
just
a little bit evil too. I like those too. So
is it the mentality of I can fix him?
yeah.
Gosh. He's not bad. He's just misunderstood.
I can fix him. It's so easy.
What are you talking about? He's like, he's a good guy. What about the people he murdered? What murders?
Yeah, what people? I don't know what you're talking about.
See, I haven't finished Shippuden, so I don't know what happens to Itachi.
Oh. Okay.
So all I know is I really don't remember the last part I was on in Shippuden. I think all I remember is that they had like it was a filler arc. And
Yeah, they had a lot of those.
They had a lot of those.
Mm.
It was I think after they did the whole Akatsuki. No, it wasn't the Akatsuki meeting. It was
Akatsuki's so cool.
I think when they see Orochimaru on the bridge. You know, but if I remember it, they went to like a shrine and this kid had just like was turning into a beast or something like that. I don't remember. And then Naruto was like, I know what you're going through. I have that dog in me.
The dog.
That's all I remember is just him just relating to freaking this person. Also, I think I think it's funny that they've replaced Sasuke with Sai, but I love Sai.
Yeah, Sai is such a cool. See, he uses a paintbrush to his things, and it's so cool. He's just an artist. Like I feel represented there with that character.
He's just a little. He's a little guy.
Yeah, little guy.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Freaking love Sai. Well, we're getting close to the end here, so why don't we get into our last 10 questions and then we call it a successful night? So,
yeah.
Pardon me. For those that are still with us, because it's a Friday night and sometimes people are busy and they end up leaving. But for those that are still here, I encourage you guys to join us in these 10 questions. Now, these are 10 questions I like to ask to my guests that were created by James Lipton, the famous writer, actor, director, who he would often ask to his guests on his show Inside the Actor's Studio at the end of every episode. There are no right or wrong answers. These are just questions for fun, and it gives us a little more insight into the person behind the model. So, Faye, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 1. What is your favorite word?
Favorite word? You had to say something Portuguese. I like the word pepino.
Pepino.
Yeah, pepino, which is just cucumber in Portuguese, but it's such a funny word to say. I just like saying it.
It has a funny ring to it. Pepino.
Yeah, pepino.
So, wait. So, then what is pickle in Portuguese?
I guess we just say pickle too. Pickles. They just say our Portuguese accent.
That's interesting because all a pickle
is,
if I remember, a pickle is just a cucumber.
Yeah, but because you put the I guess whatever you put in the cucumber to turn into pickle, I guess.
The brine.
Yeah, all that.
That's what that means? Yeah, pepino. It means cucumber.
Pepino is cucumber.
I see.
Yeah, I say that word a lot.
What is your least favorite word?
Least favorite. Probably maggots because they're nasty.
Rat.
And every time rat maybe, I don't know, anything that relates to any nasty looking creatures, I guess.
That's fair. I don't like I don't like maggots. They're gross. Even
the word sounds gross.
I
don't know. I don't like
it. What now? What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Hmm. Hmm. Parents, emotional, creatively, and what was the other one?
Creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Ah. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, having fun and like having good memories out of things. Like anything that I do, I'm always gonna have like a little memory of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, it just make me feel happy, and I
Yeah,
don't know how to explain it
I know what you mean. Like
properly.
I like to keep little mementos of
Yeah, like
anytime I
mementos. Yeah.
if I go on an adventure or do something, like anytime I go see a play, I always keep the playbill or I keep the ticket. And when
Mm-hmm.
when I went to when I was in Seattle and I saw the Space Needle, and I was there,
Mm.
I kept the ticket with me because
Yeah, I do the same thing when I go to, I guess, museums and stuff like that. Like, oh, well, I'm gonna keep this, and then I go through my stuff again and I find it, and it's just, I guess, nostalgic too.
yeah, well, it's because sooner or later I want to get a scrapbook and I want to put them in a scrapbook.
That'd be so cool.
That way I
Oh yeah,
can
I need.
encapsulate the moment forever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anything that makes me, I guess, have fun. That's a good thing for me.
It's a very good thing. What turns you off creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. I'm not sure. Hmm.
What do you dislike?
What I dislike. Hmm. I guess lies.
Lying would be
Things that.
lying is a good one.
Yeah.
Lying is a good one in the
Yeah.
aspect of that is something that would turn people off.
Yeah.
Because
I don't like that.
well, just dishonesty sucks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then when you can't tell that someone is doing it, but you know they're doing it, but they're, I guess, trying to hide it from you, is even worse. I don't like that.
It's something that I think as children we often learn that yes, if I lie, I won't get caught, but sooner or
Mm.
later the truth will come to light. And so it
Mm-hmm.
tends to just be a matter of if you just fess up to it and just say yes, I you know talk about whatever it is, chances
Yeah.
are the impact will be it'll be there, but it'll be not as severe
Mm-hmm.
because then it does show a little bit of integrity and a little bit of honesty,
Yeah.
in what it is. It doesn't make it right, but it shows that you have a little bit of integrity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and not to mention lying comes in various ways. Like one of my biggest pet peeves are lies of omissions. Do you know what that
Mm.
you know what that is?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for those that don't know, a lie of omission is when you leave out information when you tell somebody something. That way, you're um you're just leaving out information that is important. So, for instance, if somebody's like, "Hey, who had all the soda in the fridge?" and if I said
Mm.
I had a couple, that's
Mm.
still a lie of omission because
Yeah.
technically I did have some, but in reality, I clearly had the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, or another one I think is a bar, or another one is like, hey, uh, how old is like somebody lied about their age where it's like,
Oh,
I'm old enough to do this. Okay.
yeah.
How
I don't like
old?
that either.
You leave out your age, but just say I'm old enough. It's like, hold
That
on,
doesn't mean anything.
that's important to tell. So a lie of
Mm-hmm.
omission is still a lie.
Yep. I don't like that.
Yeah, it
Yeah, it
sucks.
just mm,
Yeah.
doesn't feel right when that happens with someone is trying to do that to you. It just I don't like it. I don't like that feeling at all.
Yeah. What turns you off?
Yeah, I guess lies.
Wait, I'm sorry. Pardon me. I just
Oh yeah, that's the one.
What is your favorite? Because I looked over my list and my eye
He's
instantly went to the because it's the shortest line that I have on my list. What is your
mm-hmm.
favorite curse word? Because that's the one that's right below it.
Oh, my favorite curse word. I guess.
Is it
See,
the
I
F
don't
word?
curse that often. It is the F word, but in
Ah, there.
Portuguese. In Portuguese, I like it. You know, I don't know if you want me to say it.
I'm trying to think about what it would be.
It
Uh,
does not start with an F.
does it?
At
Well,
least the one that I like
I
to use.
imagine it start with an M.
Nah.
No, because
Mm-mm.
oh no, mierda and merd is the S word.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Which is yeah, that's the word.
Sorry. 'Cause I feel like I would know it. I can't remember.
I think it's similar in Spanish too.
Is that uh puta?
Nah.
That's the B word.
The B word, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's clearly I don't swear enough to know. What is it?
Can I say it in Portuguese then?
No, you're fine.
Okay. Caralho.
What?
Caralho.
Huh.
I can type it there for you. Caralho. There you go. I love saying that word. It's so every time like if I when you hit your little toes on the corner of a furniture
Mm-hmm.
and that's the word that comes out of my mouth. It just makes me feel better after it. You say caralho. I don't know. I like that word a lot.
Oh, mierda is the F word in Spanish. I guess.
Mierda. I thought it was well. Hmm.
Um,
Spanish is not my strongest what language.
oh, I guess there's different ways to say it.
There is a lot of ways to say
Oh,
it. Yeah.
because the other one that I know is chingue. That's
Those ones are funny.
yeah. It's just I swore another language. I swear on stream.
Yeah.
It doesn't count. All right. What sound or noise do you love?
mm. Rain sound.
Freaking love
I love
rain.
rain sound.
Do you,
Yeah.
listen, do you like the
So
smell of rain?
relaxing. I love see that's the thing. I love the smell, but I can't smell it before the rain starts. Some people say, "Oh, I can smell the rain before it starts raining." Like how? I don't know how you do that, but
Because it
I do
smells a
like
little
the
bit like
smell.
sulfur.
Mm.
Um,
I can only smell after the rain is gone, and that's when I smell it.
Interesting.
Or yeah, but I do like the smell of rain.
It rained earlier today, and I was just half tempted to just sit in my car and take a nap.
That's awesome. You just take a nap, listen to the rain. It's like, oh, that's so good.
So good. What sound or noise do you hate?
Mm-hmm. Loud alarms, like fire alarm things. I don't like
Ooh,
that.
I hate waking up to my alarm. My ideal
Yeah, oh
world
my
is I
god. Yeah.
the idea in an ideal world, which I'm actually going to be probably going to bed after stream so I can catch up on some sleep. That way I can
Mm,
wake up without having to use my alarm. It's the best feeling in the world. Especially
yeah.
since my body recently, I'm just waking up at 6:30 in the
Too
morning.
early.
Yeah, I work an 8 to 5, so I have to.
Ah, okay.
So it is what it is. But
Mm-hmm.
normally I wake up at 6:30. That way I sit up in bed and try and wake up for the next 30 minutes, and then I get ready to go to work at 7.
Yeah, I usually need to put at least like around like I don't know 7 to 8 alarms to wake up because I
Mm-hmm.
never hear any of the first ones anyways. But they're just there.
Yeah.
I know I don't miss anything.
Yeah.
But
What
I still miss them.
happens to the best of us?
Yeah.
All right. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Profession.
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm. I think you know a panda caretaker is
A
so cute.
panda caretaker, like working for like
Yeah.
the San Diego Zoo.
I don't know, but I've seen some videos of people like taking care of like baby pandas, and then they're just hugging their legs, and like that's so cute. I bet it is such a cute job to do. I don't know.
Huh.
Seems fun.
Pandas are deadly creatures, but you give them like something to put in their hands and just like, what is this
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, they get distracted. I don't know. They're fun. They're cute.
Have you seen the video of like the zoo people like giving up this panda, this female panda, an apple, and they just
Yeah.
yoink the baby.
I
It's
saw that, like, oh, so
it's
relatable.
well, because it was swapping out one of the babies so that the other one
Yeah.
could eat.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just so
I don't
funny.
know.
Because 1 minute is
It
there,
is.
they hand the apple to the mom, and they just kind of grab and roll the small child panda through the bars and just yoink them. Is the funniest thing.
It is. It is funny.
They're just
I like that video.
they're big, fluffy, adorable creatures.
Mm-hmm. But they can still destroy you.
They
But they're
still
cute.
can. They can. Now, what profession would you not like to do?
Hmm. Anything that has to do with a lot of people. Anything like, I don't know.
Like the DMV?
Yeah, I guess. Or a restaurant thing. They had to go table to table. Stuff like that. No. Mm-mm.
I've worked.
I see. I'm an introvert. I don't like being around people that much all the time. I have my limit.
I completely understand that. I'm an extrovert, but even I. So this is actually what I was talking with my therapist about, and he was explaining to me is
Mm.
like something that's interesting is that extroverts have bigger social batteries, but they tend to deplete much more quickly than introverts.
Oh. Oh wow. I had no idea about that.
What?
Yeah, my social
Oh,
battery is very, very low.
yeah. That my twin brother's like that. He's an introvert, and so he doesn't like to do that. But for me,
Mm-hmm.
it's I love doing that stuff. But 30 minutes into it, I'm like, I have to stop. I can't do this anymore.
Oh no.
Um,
Oh.
because yeah, like I said, extroverts we tend to have bigger social batteries, but they deplete much more quickly.
Faster. Mm.
Because when you have that bigger battery, you're just going at it. You're just having fun. You're just going into it. But you're
Mm-hmm.
expending all of that energy. Whereas for an introvert, what happens is since you avoid naturally a lot of that,
Yeah.
you're not expending all that energy. You're still expending it, but you know you're conserving enough to get out of that place.
Yeah, I'm in like low battery mode all the time, all day.
Because how I would describe it is my twin brother and I, we go to like a school dance, and he'd kind of sit there in
Mm.
a booth and just kind of hang out. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I'd be on the dance floor and having the time of my life, and then after like 20 minutes, I'd be like, I can't do this. Time for me to go. He's like, we just got here, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Yeah, same thing. My sister is an extrovert too, so it's funny.
Uh, it's just social stuff. It's regardless
Mm-hmm.
of introvert extrovert, being social is tough. It
Yeah,
sucks.
it is.
All right, the very last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Congratulations.
Shorts?
You haven't watched it. You haven't watched Evangelion, but that's one of the things.
Uh,
It's a
I
reference to it.
I die and everybody around me in a white like ocean water setting. Everybody's there
Mhm.
clapping at me.
Yeah, congratulations.
What
You got
I
him.
want to know why that happened. Like, cause isn't that ending much different?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know why.
Yeah.
I just have to
I
watch.
just anime, I guess. I don't know how to explain the ending. Just
It's
there.
Evangelion. It's just Evangelion.
It is.
That's all you need
Yeah.
to say. Well, I like that short, sweet answer because this
Mm-hmm.
show is now short and sweet. After 2 hours,
Mm-hmm.
we are
Yeah.
done with this episode. How do you feel after 2 hours of nonstop talking?
It doesn't feel like it was 2 hours, but it was fun.
It
I like being here.
it goes by and it gives you a chance to really re-examine yourself.
Yeah,
So with
that
that in
is true.
mind, time for me to ask our last, and in my opinion,
Mm.
our second most
Mm-hmm.
important question. That is, hey, who should we raid that we have not raided on this show before? And you can look that up. Yeah, have the name, put that in the chat. While you do that, I will address the chat real quick. So
Okay.
thank you guys so much for joining us today on this episode of the VOD. It was a lot of fun, and we talked a lot about a lot of fun things, whether it was art, anime, whether it was languages, learning things, or food. It was still a lot of fun. I hope you guys can join me tomorrow at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where we'll be having Machin Gero as our next guest. I'm super excited for that because that'll be episode 48, meaning we'll only have 2 more shows left for the VOD. So I encourage you guys to spread the word. Have as many people as you can come for the last show. Like, I wouldn't say you should miss any other shows and episodes, but I'll say try and be here for the last one. It'll be a lot of fun. And that'll be next week. But as for now, tomorrow is our next episode of the VOD, and it'll be at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you're not a part of the Discord, hold on. If you're not a part of the Discord, join the Discord. It's a really fun place.
Join.
Where we have a lot of fun stuff. You can post artwork if you're building Gundams, or you're building minifigs, if you like to paint, if you like to, post memes, your pets, anything like that. If you just like to talk to us, you like to talk to me, my wonderful guest here, any other guest, you're more than welcome to do that. If you are a VTuber and you want to be on my show, I'll be opening up applications for the season 2 of the VOD soon. So consider joining the Discord.
Ooh.
We'd love to have you. So with that,
Yes.
Who shall we raid?
Where do I put it? Do I put it in your chat or
Yes, in the stream chat.
stream chat? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
A fellow cat girl. Oh, you
Heck
should have put the link.
There we go. I just need the name.
Okay.
Neapolitan.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. They're playing Monster
It's
Hunter
super
World.
cute.
Heck
Yeah.
That's another game I have a couple hundred hours in.
Oh, I never got to play that much, but I would love to play it.
It's a very good game. Well, guys,
Mhm.
this has been fun. Consider joining us tomorrow at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time right here on my channel as we have our next episode of the VOD. With that, my name is Val. This is Fefimon. And this has been the VOD. That's our show. Please have a wonderful and safe night, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye-bye!
Mhm.